At the start of the movie, we hear the voice of a child. He tells us that 2 years ago in Mabrook, Pennsylvania, at exactly 2:17 a.m., 17 children left their homes and vanished without a trace. All of them were from the same class of 18 students. Only one boy, Alex, was left behind. The next day, their teacher, Justin, saw only Alex in class, and she was in shock. The parents quickly began blaming Justin. They thought maybe she had taught the children something wrong. The police launched an investigation. They questioned both Justin and Alex, but neither revealed anything. The only detail that came out was that all the kids had run out of their houses at 2:17 a.m. That night, some home alarms had gone off, and CCTV cameras caught the children running in strange, unnatural ways. The story of the movie is told through the eyes of different characters. It begins with the perspective of Justin, the teacher. Parents are accusing her, but the school principal, Marcus Miller, defends her. Still, one parent named Archer Graff puts all the blame on Justin. After the meeting, Justin goes out at night for a drink. A man named James asks her for money, but she ignores him. She's already on edge, worried that angry parents might hurt her, especially since some of them had sent her threats from unknown numbers. The next morning, Justin finds the word witch spray painted on her car. She files a complaint and meets Officer Paul, who knows her a little. At school, Justin wants to talk to Alex, but Principal Marcus stops her. He explains that Alex is already stressed from all the police and parent questions. He suggests Justin take a break for a while, or else the school's environment might worsen. With no choice, Justin takes the break. But secretly, she follows Alex after school. One night, she goes to a bar and runs into Officer Paul. They talk about their problems. Justin has had a few drinks, and in her drunken state, they end up sleeping together. It's strange because Paul is married. His wife's name is Donna, and Justin already knows this. But even then, it isn't the first time they've been together. The next day, Justin follows Alex again and tries to talk to him. Alex runs away, refusing to say anything. Determined, Justin goes to his house. She knocks, but no one answers. Then she notices papers covering every window. At one window, there's a small gap. When she peeks through, she sees Alex's parents sitting stiffly on the sofa in a very unnatural way. Terrified, Justin immediately calls Principal Marcus. She tells him he should legally check the house to confirm whether Alex is safe or not. That night, she waits outside the house in her car to keep watch. Late at night, she dozes off. Suddenly, the front door opens. Alex's mother comes out, walking strangely, holding a pair of scissors. She approaches Justin's car, slips inside quietly, and snips off a small lock of Justin's hair without Justin ever realizing it. Now the story shifts to Archer Graff's perspective. His son Matthew is also missing. Archer is the same parent who yelled at Justin during the meeting. When Justin went to the liquor store earlier, Archer had followed her. He was the one who painted witch on her car. He suspects her and keeps pressing the police, asking if his son has been found, but they have no updates. At home, Archer watches the CCTV footage of Matthew running away. The boy's movements look strange, almost like a pattern. Archer pulls out a map of the town and draws a line from his house in the direction Matthew was running. Then he visits another family whose daughter Bailey is also missing. He checks their CCTV footage and draws her direction on the map too. The two lines meet at one point, showing that all the children seem to be going toward the same location. While Archer studies this, he spots Justin at a gas station. He rushes after her, yelling. Then, suddenly, we see Principal Marcus. His face is covered in blood, and he's running in that same strange style. Marcus lunges at Justin, trying to attack her. Archer tries to hold him back, but it seems like Marcus is under someone's control. His only goal is to hurt Justin. Terrified, Justin runs into the store. Marcus follows, and Archer chases after him. Marcus is relentless, moving like a possessed man. The scene suddenly cuts here. There's something important to notice. Whenever we see the perspectives of Archer and Justin, their nightmares show a strange old woman dressed almost like a clown. This detail will matter later. Next, we see the story from Officer Paul's point of view. His wife is out of town, and Paul heads to the police station. This is the same day Justin had come in to complain about witch being painted on her car. Their eyes meet briefly, and they just exchange a quick hello before Paul goes back on duty. On the road, Paul spots the same drunk James, the man who had asked Justin for money outside the store. He's trying to break into someone's house. Paul chases him down and arrests him. While searching him, Paul accidentally pricks his hand in a needle in James's pocket. It's probably for drugs. Furious, Paul punches James, but the whole thing is caught on the dash cam in Paul's police car. If his superiors see it, Paul could be charged with assault and lose his job. So Paul makes James a deal. He'll let him go, but James must keep quiet and never come back to town. James agrees and runs off. Later, Paul gets a text from Justin. They meet at the park that night, and once again, they sleep together. The next day, Paul goes home and finds out his wife Donna has returned early. She immediately realizes Paul has cheated on her with Justin. In a rage, Donna storms into a store and attacks Justin. Justin narrowly escapes, and the shopkeeper breaks up the fight. Meanwhile, Paul tells his captain about what happened with James. The captain says if James doesn't file a complaint, Paul will be fine, and the dashcam footage will be deleted in a month. Outside the station, Paul sees James back in town. Angry, he follows him. Now the story shifts to James's perspective. James is a drug addict, a liar, and a thief. He's the same man who had asked Justin for money outside the liquor store. He also tries breaking into homes, stealing whatever he can to sell at the porn shop for drug money. One day, James breaks into Alex's house, the boy who hadn't vanished. Inside, he sees Alex's parents sitting motionless on the sofa, frozen in place. Then, James heads to the basement. There, he finds all 17 missing children standing together, perfectly still. The sight horrifies him. Suddenly, Alex's parents move toward him, and James bolts out of the house in terror. Out on the streets, James notices missing posters of the children. They promise a $500 reward. Tempted by the money, James calls the police and says he knows where the children are.
The police tell James that if he reports what he knows, he'll get the reward, so he goes to the station but runs into Paul. Paul chases him, and James flees into the woods. Hiding there, he suddenly sees that same clown-like old woman calling to him. James ducks into a tent, trembling, but someone starts opening it. James stabs out with his needle, only to realize it's Inspector Paul. Furious, Paul arrests him and locks him in his patrol car. James swears he knows where the missing kids are. He takes Paul to Alex's house. Paul leaves him in the car and goes inside, but doesn't come back for a long time. James waits nervously. Then, late at night, Paul finally appears, his eyes glazed, moving like he's hypnotized. He drags James into the house, and the scene cuts. Now the story shifts to Principal Marcus. Earlier, Justin had called Marcus, begging him to legally check Alex's home to make sure the boy was safe. So Marcus summons Alex's parents to school. But instead of them, a strange clown-like woman shows up, introducing herself as Gladys, Alex's aunt. This is the same woman seen in the nightmares of Justin, Archer, and James. Gladys explains that Alex's parents are too sick to meet. Marcus insists he must see them himself, or else he'll go to their house or involve child services. Gladys does not take this well. In the next scene, Marcus is at home with his husband Terry. Suddenly, Gladys shows up, barges right in like an uninvited guest, and asks for a glass of water. Then she pulls out a bizarre wooden stick covered in thorns with a small flag tied to it from Marcus's office, likely stolen from school. She slices her hand on the thorns, stains the stick with her blood, then rings a bell. Marcus falls under her spell. Gladys then takes a piece of Terry's hair, ties it to the stick, and snaps it in two. The moment it breaks, Marcus violently attacks his husband. The attack is so brutal, Terry dies. Marcus collapses too, but Gladys drops the stick into the water glass, stopping him. Now she can control anyone and bend them to her plan. She attaches Justin's stolen hair to another stick and sets Marcus on her, ordering him to attack. Remember, Alex's mother had cut Justin's hair earlier in her car. That means Gladys already controlled Alex's parents. Marcus, hypnotized, runs in that strange style and attacks Justin at the gas station. Archer is there too, and he fights to protect her. Justin flees into her car, Marcus chases, and Archer follows in his. Then, suddenly, a vehicle slams into Marcus. His skull cracks open, and he dies on the spot. After that, Archer realizes Justin isn't behind the disappearances. She's a victim too. They call a truce and decide to search for the kids together. Archer shows Justin his map, pointing to the intersection where all the children's paths meet. Justin recognizes it as Alex's house. Together they drive there and keep watch. Now we see things from Alex's point of view. Before the children vanished, he lived a normal life with his parents, though he was bullied at school. One day his dad told him his mother's aunt Gladys would be moving in. She was sick and had nowhere else to go. That night, Alex saw her arrive, an old, frail woman carrying a strange plant. The next day, when his dad didn't pick him up, Alex walked home. Inside, he found his parents sitting at the dining table, stiff and unresponsive. They spoke in strange ways that made Alex uneasy. Then Gladys appeared, but now she looked younger, healthier. Alex realized his parents were under her control. She warned him to stay quiet or his parents wouldn't be safe. Gladys pulled out her thorned stick, painted it with her blood, and performed a ritual. Under her orders, Alex's parents pressed the thorns into their own faces, injuring themselves. Alex tried to stop them but couldn't. Finally, Gladys broke the stick and dropped it in water, ending the ritual. She did it all just to terrify Alex, making sure he stayed silent. Alex watched her perform more rituals using the strange plant stems. To control people, she needed personal items like hair or anything deeply tied to them. She also drained their life force to keep herself young and strong. With his parents motionless, Alex had to fend for himself. He went to school alone, bought food and spoon-fed beans and soup to his lifeless parents to keep them alive. But Gladys began to weaken again. She told Alex if he brought personal items from all his classmates, she'd heal his parents and leave. Desperate, Alex stole the name stickers from every child's tray at school. That night, Gladys used the stickers in a ritual. At exactly 2:17 a.m., she rang her bell. 17 children ran from their homes straight to Alex's house and stood silently in the basement. That's how they disappeared. The case exploded into press conferences, with Alex and Gladys standing together. Alex was too scared to speak. Police searched the house, but Gladys had cleaned it. She hid the children in the woods until the inspection ended, then brought them back to the basement, bound to her commands. Notice this. Alex had kept his promise by bringing the children's personal items, but Gladys broke hers. She neither left nor healed his parents. Instead, she began treating Alex like a servant. By then, both Paul and James had fallen under her spells after entering the house. Gladys drew salt lines in the home to trap Alex. Now all perspectives and timelines merge into one. Outside Alex's house, Justin and Archer wait. Following Gladys's orders, Paul steps out and motions Justin in. She and Archer enter. But as soon as they cross the salt lines, hypnotized Paul and James attack them. They move like zombies. No matter how hard they're beaten, they rise again. Finally, Justin shoots Paul in the head with his own gun, killing him. She shoots James too, ending him. Only headshots can stop the possessed. Archer rushes to the basement, searching for his son Matthew among the 17 children. Suddenly, Gladys cuts Archer's hair and enslaves him. Under her control, Archer turns and attacks Justin. Upstairs, Alex crosses the salt lines and his controlled parents chase him. He barely escapes and dashes into Gladys's ritual room. There, he snaps off one of her thorn stems, stains it with his own blood, and breaks it. He has learned her ritual, and now he uses it against her. The 17 children turn on Gladys. She flees through the town, but they chase her. Townsfolk watch in horror as the children catch her, tear into her, and rip her to pieces in seconds. The moment she dies, her spell shatters. Archer regains his senses, and Justin survives. But those enslaved for too long, like the children and Alex's parents, are left like empty shells. Archer reunites with Matthew, but the boy remains silent. In the narration, we learn that Alex's parents never recovered even after 2 years. They still have to be fed, like living corpses. Alex now lives with his other aunt, kind and normal. The children say little, but after a year, some begin to recover and speak again. And with that, the story of weapons comes to an end.